Never underestimate the power of prayer and fasting. I have learned that when I need something, I need to pray. But I've learned that when I need something really big from God, I've learned to pray with fasting. It hasn't always been that way. When I was 19 years old, I was faced with a situation. I had 3 friends that were in a terrible automobile accident, and it looked like they were all going to die. I had another friend that was going to get kicked out of school because he couldn't pay his bill. And beyond that, I felt this incredible burden from God to win more people to Jesus Christ. Well, at the same time, I heard a speaker talk about the power of fasting. And so I began to read through the scriptures, looking at every reference to fasting in the Bible. My question as I read the Bible was, why should I fast? But when I began to see all the answers to prayer that came as a result of prayer and fasting, Hannah got a baby. After years of ineffectiveness, when she added fasting, God delivered a baby. Daniel received incredible revelation from God when he was praying and fasting for 21 days. Jesus didn't preach a sermon, didn't do a miracle, didn't start his ministry until after 40 days of prayer and fasting. Well, my question changed from why should I fast to why am I not fasting more often? So I began a 3-day fast and spent much of that time in prayer for my 3 big requests. I asked God to do these things in 30 days' time. Well, by the end of the month, all 3 of my friends, 2 of them had gotten out of the hospital completely healed, and the other one's life was spared. Beyond that, I got money in the mail unexpectedly that enabled me to pay my friend's school bill off so he didn't get kicked out of school. The hard one was 50 people saved in 30 days. Well, God had opened some doors for me to preach, and 22 people had come to Christ, but it was the end of the month. Well, I was asked to speak at a youth conference, and there were 150 kids there, and God moved in. We had an incredible moving of God. It was powerful. The next morning, the leader of the camp said 28, and I said, 28 what? And he said 28 kids were saved last night. 22 plus 28 equals 50. God had answered all 3 of my big requests, and I had never seen anything like that before until I added fasting to my prayers. If you need God to do something, ask God. If you need God to do something really big, add fasting to your prayers.